Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you are seeing correctly. This screenshot shows that I am now being blocked by Rex Dickson, creative director of EA Sports. Don't adjust your set, don't adjust your YouTube browser, don't exit the video and come back. You are seeing correctly. I have now been blocked on Twitter by Rex Dickson. You're pretty much trying to figure out why I am blocked from seeing Rex's tweets, and this is the reason why. So basically what I said was, I'm not going to repeat it, you can read it off the screen yourself, but I sent that, and I was pretty angry about Madden at the time, as you can tell by the tweet. So that was a tweet that pretty much I know triggered Rex into doing what he did and blocking me on Twitter. So after watching the Golden Hour on GS's channel, Mr. Golden Mutt, I was watching the Golden Hour segment, and Rex brought up something that really made me have a different outlook on him. And this is what he said.
I don't even know how to politely put it, but there's death threats coming your way. There's a lot of hate coming your way on Twitter every single day. There's people that just take a lot of their frustrations out on you, and you're one of the people where if something goes wrong, they just know where to find you on Twitter. Does that not get frustrating?
Not really. I think in the first year I was on Twitter, maybe it was a little bit like I like to kind of shoot back at people and start little beefs up because it was amusing more than anything else. But over time, I've kind of learned to be a little bit more humble. And just kind of understand that when people are acting like that, it's coming from a place of passion. You don't act like that unless you're really, really passionate about something. You can't get that level of emotional reaction up where you're basically saying, I hope your kids get cancer, unless you're so serious and so engaged and so emotional about a game that it pushes you to that level. So as a creative director of Madden, the worst thing I could do is ignore people that are that passionate about the game. All I have to do is kind of see past the rage to what issue they're ultimately complaining about, and just make sure that I have that issue accounted for. As much as I might get upset about the way Joel or Siwoo acts, ultimately behind all that rage, there is something I can touch on that is like, this specific thing is what they're getting all upset about, and that specific thing is actionable. The only thing that's frustrating for me is having to dig through tweets and YouTube videos where there's just tons and tons of rage because I can't get to the heart of what they're complaining about until I get past all the yelling. It's much better for me when you're like, I hate dropped open passes, and just walk away right there. I got all I need.
Now, with all that being said, I'm going to follow through with what you would like for us to do. But before I get to the meat of this video, and before the core of this video gets started, I want to say from one man to another, Rex Dickson, I apologize for taking the anger out on you, and it's really not your fault. You're doing the best you can. All right. Everybody else might be like, "Oh, F Rex Dickson, he's full of it, blah blah blah." That's them. But me personally, you just said it. All of that rage comes from something that they care so passionately about, and which is true. I love football, but the stuff that goes on in Madden should not be happening, and it's frustrating. And we take our anger out on you because you're the closest thing to the inside of EA that we can get. So, like I said, Rex, I apologize. I deeply apologize, sincerely. All right. So, without further ado, let's get into the meat of this video. All right, Rex. So basically, I made a list of the things I like to change in Madden, and just some things to just put just rattle around in your mind, and consider that when making Madden 18 to try to make it better. You know what I mean? So here we go. Number one on the list: the warping and sliding. I'm still seeing the tackle mechanic, the X button, X or A, whatever system you play on. I'm still seeing that mechanic being, warping in a position. I'm still seeing guys that, like, say for example, if I throw a pick, or if I throw a ball and it's a pick, the guy's not in the area to pick the ball off, but just because, he's not there, but the game says they're supposed to be there, they'll, slide him or move him to, like, breakneck speeds over to the spot where he's supposed to be at for the pick, because I threw an errant pass, so the game says, oh, he's supposed to be right here, my bad, and they'll zoom him over there to the spot. The warp tackling, I'm still seeing that with the X, with the basically with the conservative tackling and all the other stuff. I'm still getting like, suction cup tackled almost, pretty much from like 3 or 4 yards away when I know I got the speed to blow away from a guy. Number 2, animations being cleaner. Truly and honestly, the animations are clean, but sometimes, you know, there's some suction that's still going on. And like I said, as far as the engine might make it better, I don't know. I haven't really got a full good glimpse on it yet. So I just want to see cleaner animations. You know, there are times where you got the, you know, the wide receiver and DB interactions, and there are times where I might have a dude beat on the play, but just because I'll hold, you know, triangle to go off aggressive catch, or I might try to go up to swat the ball from on defense, if I'm not in the correct position, you know, they'll slide me into the position that the animation's supposed to queue up on, and you know, it just doesn't look clean. So that's another thing I want to see, is animations being more cleaner. And like I said, you might have taken care of that in the Frostbite engine. Who knows? Number 3, improved logic. Not all the time, Rex. I want you to understand this. Not all the time, you know, we can be everywhere on the field. You got some people who, you know, well, at least in this year, in Madden 17, you know, you have to kind of like manipulate a play in order for it. I'm sorry, I was before. I hope that wasn't loud. So basically, you know, you kind of have to like manipulate, you know, the play, the original play, to make it work like it's supposed to. Like, say for example, if a guy's in the blue zone, I would put him in the purple zone in order for him to stick in the coverage, or put a guy who's in the flat in the purple, or put a guy who's in the yellow into the blue. Or, you know what I mean? Like, I have to manipulate the original play in order for guys to, you know, properly utilize the zone, which is, I think, is kind of absurd. You know what I mean? So the improved logic point that I'm trying to get to is, you know, sometimes computer needs to step up and have a mind of their own. Like back in Madden 2008 when they had the Read and React AI. Basically, what the Read and React AI was, I don't think you were here for that part, Rex. You were probably like another department or something like that. You probably wasn't thinking of Madden at that time. But I was gonna say the improved not improved logic. The Read and React AI was basically, it was like read, evaluate, adapt, and defend. That's what read stood for. So basically, if you ran like some of the guys on here that I play, if you run, let's just say corner strike, that's my favorite play. If you run corner strike 5 times in a row with the Read and React AI system, and let's say I was playing all Madden, with the Read and React AI system, I ran cover strike 5 times in a row. 3 out of the 5 times, maybe 3 out of the 5 times that I did it, I probably would have gotten away with it just around the amount of those times. 2 or maybe 3 times, because the 4th and 5th time, the computer's gonna be like tighter on it, or depending on whoever is playing the corner position, he's gonna be tighter on that play. So, you know what I mean? I want to see computer have a smarter mind of their own. I want to see guys that play recognition actually recognize the play. Guys who actually play zone or play man actually play the man in their zone. That's the type of logic I want to see improved. I want to see, you know, I just want to see I want to see computers just do their own thing by themselves. I shouldn't need to be everywhere on the field just so I can make sure that he doesn't get a playoff, or, you know what I mean, just stuff like that. That's what I want to see. I want to see improved logic from the AI. That's what I want to see. Number 4, skill level. I want to see, I really want to see a difference in skill level. Like, I'm talking about guys that only run certain amounts of plays because they work, and you know what I'm saying, like somebody who knows the whole playbook like the back of their hand and is really able to get a script together, mix up the plays, not just the successful plays over and over that work, but I'm talking about like knowing the play, like knowing the actual entire playbook, and is able to utilize the whole playbook to its strength to set up a possible touchdown. You know, say for example, like, all right, let's just say again, corner strike. Now I can use corner strike the whole drive and probably get down the field, versus someone who can know the whole playbook like the back of their hand and actually got a script together, and the game will, you know, give me all the benefits because I'm killing him with a corner strike, but the game will penalize him because he's actually using the whole entire playbook. So, you know what I mean? So what I want to see is just a distinct level and skill level. Like, I just want to see that. Like, it's hard for me to say good game. I can count on my hands and toes how many times I said good game. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. You know what I mean? Other than that, I felt like it was given to me, or the game was taken away from me with, you know, like blessings and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Just real hand holding stuff. Which leads me to the next thing on my list, number 5. No more gimmicks or handicaps. You might not feel like this, Rex, but I do. A lot of people feel like this. I can't speak for this saying it now. I don't know, but for the people who feel like this, you know, stand up, raise your hand. No more gimmicks and handicaps. I have played countless amounts of guys who cannot play Madden for the life of them, but for the simple fact that they can't play, you guys will give them blessings. Basically, you will bless this man. If I'm pounding the rock on this man, I'm hitting every hole, no problem. I will fumble at will. I'll throw a pick, or my quarterback can't complete a high-rated pass I would normally complete on a regular day because my opponent can't play football. So there are times where I will be killing this man on the first half. I'm talking about skunking him 21-0, 28-0. Because some weird reason I get to the second half, my quarterback is inaccurate. My blockers can't hold it down. My wide receivers are dropping stuff. I'm throwing picks left around, I'm fumbling because of the simple fact that you don't want the other guy who I'm beating to feel like the game is too hard, or he's getting beaten too badly and he might quit. No more of that gimmicks and handicaps. If you can't play Madden, learn how to play it. That's what I want to see out of Madden 18. If you can't play Madden, learn how to play it. No more of this gimmick and handicap stuff. If you can't play, he needs to learn. No more of this stuff where guys run 2-3 plays on offense and defense and they can be just as good as the guys who you see in the top 100. No more of that. Seriously. Number 6. Let it be what it is. Basically, I want to see more realistic outcomes. I don't want to see, you know, if I'm trucking somebody, what I've noticed, if I'm trucking somebody, and say for example, like the game will say, oh yeah, this is a touchdown. If I'm trucking somebody, I've seen times to where I truck somebody and the team will turn around, go the other direction till I finish my animation, and then turn back around and go follow me back up the field and try to stop me then. The same thing with the juke mechanic. The juke mechanic, you say you changed it in Madden 18, it's better, I'm gonna hold you to that. But the juke mechanic in Madden 18, it's not what it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so slow that if you were to actually use it and not have to tweak something in the game, you get caught every time. You know what I'm saying? I've juked somebody one time before holding L2, and I kid you not, I remember turning the camera around to look at everybody else on the field. I seen almost the whole entire team turn around while I was juking 2 guys. And it was funny because when I juked the 2 guys, I remember seeing almost the whole entire side of the field empty. I was, oh yeah, that's touchdown for the time being. But when I went back in the replay, I looked, almost 90% of the team turned around while I was doing the juke move, and then they go chase me at the field, but by then it's too late, I'm gone. You know what I mean? Let the game be what it is. You know what I'm saying? If they're coming down on me, they're coming down on me. Same thing with the wide receivers and DBs. Let it be what it is. If a guy got beat on the route, then it is what it is. He's beat. You know what I mean? If a guy's jumping over me or whatever, and he happens to and say for example, like, if he just happens to get one over, he gets one over, it is what it is. If I run through a hole and I'm gone, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, no more of this, you know, oh, we gotta stop you. Like, no, it is what it is. Sometimes you gotta admit defeat. And when you come back on the drive again, be smarter. You know what I'm saying? Let it be what it is. We need more realistic outcome. Number 7, more ball tangibility. The ball tangibility was a great idea, Rex. I love the ball tangibility idea. I loved it. But the only thing is, it only comes into play when it's needed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see more ball tangibility when it comes down to the wide receivers and DBs. Like, you know, there are times where sometimes a 2-man interaction might not queue up, but it'd be 2 guys going for the ball at the same exact time. Now, there are times I done seen a DB catch the ball and a wide receiver, they clash at the same exact time to hit the ground. You know what I'm saying? And when I look at the replay, both their hands are right in the position of the ball. So that should be pretty much like a deflected pass in a way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or like, you know, just a tip or something. Like, you know what I mean? But the ball tangibility needs to be more effective in situations like that. You know what I'm saying? Or say for example, like if a guy's running with the ball and I happen to hit him in the breadbasket, like, you know, I don't want it to be to the point where it's irritating, but it should be more effective in times where ball tangibility is really needed. That goes back and that kind of goes into the improved logic idea that I use for you guys. So that was 6. 7, better mechanics. You say you fixed the juke move, the spin move, cool. But, you know, I felt like the whole juking and everything, I felt like that was kind of necessary in a way. And the stiff arm, that's cool. The trucking, that's cool. But I felt like the juking and maybe the spin move shouldn't have been messed with. That's what I feel like. But as far as like deep, like wide receivers, the aggressive catching, that's cool. But my whole thing is if I'm throwing like a deep pass and I'm like at the edge of the end zone and it's me and this guy here, I know if I aggressive catch it, he's not come down with 2 feet. So like, you know, but it sucks because that's the only way that you have to catch the ball on a deep lob pass. There are times, Rex, I want to see my guy go up with a possession catch and somehow land, you know what I'm saying, try to keep it in bounds, you know what I'm saying? Like, or say for example, like if he were to rat catch it or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I just want to see better mechanics from DBs and wide receivers and not buff them up as much, you know what I'm saying? Whenever we was complaining in Madden 16 about there not being enough interactions, or we felt powerless on defense, you buffed up the SWAT mechanic. You basically made the SWAT mechanic pretty buffed up in the 2-man wide receiver interactions. So now every time on a deep ball, guys don't even go for picks no more. They just swat the ball down. So do I. Because the minute that we try to go for a pick and the game says that no, don't go for a pick, swat it, we get penalized for that. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, you know, like I said, you know, let it be what it is. Let it be what it is. Let it be a realistic outcome. Let it be what it is. If I'm gonna go for a pick, so I feel like going for a pick, let me go for a pick. If 2 guys go for it at the same time, let's see who come down with it. It is what it is. Let it be, like I said, let it be what it is. Realistic outcomes. Blocking, I want the blocking to be better, but I'm sorry, I had a mental lapse. I'm sorry. The blocking? I want that to be a lot better, but I'm gonna leave that for Clint. That's for another video. I want there to be bigger penalties. Back to what I was saying about guys running 2, 3 to 4 plays at max on offensive defense, and they're just having the best time of their life. Before I made this video, I played a guy who legit ran the same defensive play. And I knew it wasn't a hassle, but for the simple fact that this is Ultimate Team, and you got guys block shedding like crazy, it was nothing for him to run the same play over and over and get the same result. You understand what I'm saying? If I'm not mistaken, Madden had the slogan where they said two plays will never be the same. I'm not sure what year of Madden that was, but that was your slogan one year. So with that being said, this is all that I want to see out of Madden. You understand what I'm saying? So everything that I said, that's what I want to see. So I'm gonna timestamp it at the beginning of the list that I want to see, and then, you know, I'm gonna have a start timestamp and an end timestamp. So if you click on it, you know, you're pretty sure this will pretty much give you an idea of what exactly I want to see from Madden. But this about sums it up. This is the end of the video. I know it's kind of long, so I want you to take your time, you know, actually analyzing this stuff. Everybody who's on this video, before you dislike it, just hear me out, bro. Like, you kind of gotta understand that we're all human. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, we forget that these developers have families that they have to go home to, like, just like we do. You know what I'm saying? These developers have kids and families and stuff like that. So sometimes we have to remember when we're raging and stuff like this, it's not their fault. You know what I'm saying? And well, it's kind of being irrational, but, you know, sometimes you have to realize that it's not always their fault. You know what I'm saying? It's just the way the game's made. They did the best that they could. You know what I mean? So like I said, when I'm raging like this, it comes, like you said, it comes from a certain passion that I have about a game, which is really the truth. So everybody needs to, like, kind of understand. Of course, you know, I'm all for guys pointing things out in Madden and relating it to a sim-based thing that needs to be tweaked or they did a good job on. I'm all for that. But to rage and take it out on someone else and, like, go off the deep end, like, you know, talk about someone else's family and kids, I would never go that far because it's not that serious. But in retrospect, you know, we have to all understand that they did the best they could. You know what I mean? So, like I said, Rex, I say again, I apologize deeply as a man. I will admit when I'm wrong. So I hope this video helps you understand what I want to see out of Madden. And that's about it. Clinton, AJ, I have a video coming up for y'all too. So this is the end. It's your boy Jay Divine. I'm signing out.